Inside the legendary life of Jackie Robinson. Since Major League Baseball's formation in 1903, no player has meant more to the sport, or to athletics in general, than Jackie Robinson. A gifted athlete with an indomitable spirit, Robinson broke professional baseball's color barrier en route to a World Series title and a spot in the Baseball Hall of Fame. But what of his life beyond the diamond? Despite being beloved and revered by so many, the truth about Jackie Robinson's full life has remained relatively unknown until now.
Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos.
Born in Georgia as the youngest of 5 siblings, Jack Roosevelt Robinson didn't have much in the way of opportunity growing up. His parents were poor sharecroppers, and it being the early 1920s, opportunities for people of color were few and far between. So his family moved to Pasadena, California in 1920. A few years later, Jackie joined a street gang. But Jackie's family, especially his brother, future Olympic silver medalist Mac Robinson, didn't want to see him go down the wrong path. What Jackie needed was something constructive to focus on. And if he loved anything, it was athletics. What's more, Jackie was good. Seeing his younger siblings' immense physical gifts, Mac encouraged Jackie to follow his passion for sports. Jackie shined as an athlete at John Muir High School, excelling at basketball, football, track, and of course, baseball. He even played tennis, winning the Pacific Coast Negro Tennis Tournament in 1936. He stood out on any team, not because of his skin color, but because of his innate talent as an athlete. By the time he got to college, Jackie was a force to be reckoned with. If anyone feared that Jackie's skills wouldn't measure up to the more experienced athletes when he got to college, these fears were quickly put to bed when he stepped onto the field. His athletic dominance continued into junior college and his time at UCLA, as he won the 1940 NCAA championship in the long jump, while also earning varsity letters in basketball, football, and baseball. And when opportunity finally knocked, Jackie opened the door, but not for a career in baseball. Instead, he left college to become a football player. And in a strange twist of fate, Jackie briefly moved to Hawaii in the fall of 1941 to play on Honolulu's integrated semi-professional football team. He left Hawaii just a few months later, which was lucky. Pearl Harbor was attacked by the Japanese shortly after he left. Everything changed for Jackie when he was drafted into the U.S. Army in 1942. With that, his athletic aspirations were taken over by military duty. Jackie was commissioned as a second lieutenant following OCS training, but his military career soon hit a snag. While riding an Army-commissioned, non-segregated bus, Jackie was told to sit in the back by the driver. He refused, leading to his arrest by military police and a subsequent recommendation for a court-martial. It wasn't the first time he was punished for exercising his rights as an American citizen, and it wouldn't be the last. When his commander, the respected Lieutenant Colonel Paul L. Bates, refused to sign off on the court-martial, Jackie was simply moved to a different battalion, where he was promptly served with multiple charges. The slew of charges was largely fabricated. One accused Jackie of public intoxication, even though Jackie famously didn't drink. And eventually, Jackie was acquitted by an all-white panel. He received an honorable discharge in November 1944, though Jackie wouldn't soon forget the racially charged accusations against him. Life went on for Jackie, and for him, life wouldn't have been quite right without sports. So he took a job as the athletic director at Sam Houston College in Austin, Texas. But life on the sidelines didn't really suit him, so when he received an offer to play in the Negro Baseball League, he quickly accepted. What greeted him, though, was a highly disorganized league with a grueling travel schedule that left him wanting more. He longed for a real chance at greatness. That chance came on November 1st, 1945, when Brooklyn Dodgers owner and general manager Branch Rickey signed Jackie to the team's International League farm club, the Montreal Royals. The move marked an enormous victory for athletes of color, if a short-lived one. You see, for some baseball fans, talent and skill just didn't trump skin color. One reason why Ricky chose Jackie Robinson over other players in the Negro League was because he knew Jackie wouldn't respond to inevitable racism with violence. Just like when he was in the military, Jackie wouldn't stoop down to anyone's level. He'd prove his worth on the field. And prove it he did. Jackie's star power was undeniable, and by season's end, he'd captured the International League's Most Valuable Player award. People came in droves to watch him play, not only because he was black, but because he was a wonder on the field. Jackie was so wonderful, in fact, that on April 15, 1947, he made history. That was the day that Jackie became the first player since 1884 to break professional baseball's color barrier. It was a momentous day, one that has gone down in history not only as one of the most important days in baseball, but for the civil rights movement in general. It didn't even matter that Jackie failed to record a base hit. It was clear that the 28-year-old Georgia native had changed the sport forever, and the season had only just begun. As culturally significant as the day was, Jackie knew he wasn't living in a fairy tale. It was still America circa 1947, and many black Americans, black women especially, weren't even allowed to vote, let alone become the symbol of America's favorite pastime. Racism from fans and players alike continued to plague Jackie throughout his early career. But instead of fighting hate with hate, he let his bot do the talking. He established himself as a premier hitter and base runner. As Jackie's prowess on the baseball field grew, so too did his fame outside of it. The Dodgers' second baseman could be found on everything from baseball cards to cereal boxes, and children flocked to see him almost everywhere he went. Sometimes these kids had to watch Jackie get knocked around on the field or called racial slurs by the opposing team. But whether certain people liked it or not, Jackie Robinson was quickly becoming an icon, on and off the field. The early 50s saw Jackie lead his Dodgers to several World Series appearances, though each time they came up just short against the New York Yankees. It wasn't until 1955, Jackie's worst season statistically, that the Dodgers took home the title. Nearly 2 years later, Jackie celebrated 10 years in the major leagues. It was a decade marked by perseverance and resilience, but it had also been exhausting for him. So when Jackie retired shortly after the 1956 season, it was a fitting, well-deserved end to a legendary baseball career. For many people, this is where Jackie's story ends. But in real life, the former ball player was 37 years old and ready for his next adventure.